Hi guys, and welcome to another kit review. So today we're going to be looking at another Mirage Hobby production. As I said before, Mirage Hobby is a Polish model manufacturer based in Warsaw, and today's kit is the 1/35th scale armoured car Kubus, or I hope I pronounced that right. Okay, so this car was created during the 1944 Warsaw Uprising against the Germans. Right, so the kit number is 355026, and as you can tell from the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 languages. On the side, usual warnings, 14 plus. This is basically your Mirage Hobby address. On the ends, brief history of the vehicle, what it was used for the home army. Okay, and then you've just got your warnings in the 6 languages, and that's it. So this is quite a unusual kit. The vehicle itself is still in existence. It was built during the Warsaw Uprising, fought for about 2 weeks, and then was disabled, captured by the Germans, but at the end of the war it was still in existence, and is currently in the Polish Army Museum in Warsaw. And there is a full-scale replica, operating replica, that still gets around to shows and things like that. So, oh, and the name, Kubus, in Polish apparently means Little Jacob, or it can mean Winnie the Pooh, named after the code name for one of the wives of the guys who built this in a workshop. She unfortunately was killed, and they decided in memoriam they would name this vehicle after her code name. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's in the box. Okay, so we've got one bag of Sprues, and we've got a sheet that basically gives us the history of the vehicle, decals, camouflage for the vehicle. It has a Piat, and also looks like a Russian, yep, it's a Russian DP-28 machine gun. That's its armaments. We'll put that aside. Rubber tires, 6. Sorry, got out of shot then. 6 rubber tires, and construction. Really straightforward. I like it. So this vehicle is built on an old Chevrolet truck chassis, which is what they had handy back in Warsaw in 44, and they built it as they went. There was no plans, they just constructed it. So okay, so bear with me. As usual, I'll take this out of the bag and we'll have a look at the instructions. All right, okay, be with you in a second, guys. Okay, so let's just take that out of there, put this aside, and let's have a look, see. So first up, let's have a look at the decals for the vehicle. There we go. I will give you, of course, a still photo of this. They look pretty good, pretty sharp, and quite comprehensive for this vehicle. I like the way they're giving you the names. Yes, they look pretty good. Let's put that down there. That's fine. So let's have a look at this first. All right, so this, English and Polish, this is the entire history of the vehicle. It's quite comprehensive. It deals with where it fought, what it was made from, etc., including where it is currently, and also the replica, etc. So that is very good. It's much more comprehensive than anything else I've seen. On the other side, like I said, you've got your camouflage, where your decals go, colour for the various two weapons, main weapons that is, right? So your Piat, your submachine gun. Down here, you actually got, this is the actual details on the weapons themselves, as in weight, range, etc, etc. So that's actually good, because this is how you learn about history. And there's your basic simple 3D drawings of the vehicle itself. So we'll put those aside and we will have a look at the construction. Alright, so let's open this beastie up, and where do we start? Okay, so first up, weapons. Piat, machine gun. Alright, then we just go on to the main frame, chassis, wheels, suspension on the chassis, engine. There we go, over leaf. Okay, so basically you've got your diff, axles, and then we go to putting the steering wheel in, making sure the exhaust pipe, basic framework, seats. So you've got a basic interior, so you could dress it up with a few other bits and pieces if you wanted to. And then we just put two sides together over the top, put the front on, and then we come over, mud flaps, covers for the engine, hatches, front of the body, and then you've got a choice. You can either use the Piat or the machine gun for your main armament. This was actually more a troop carrier for the Poles fighting against the Germans than an actual assault vehicle, but it still had its weapons to defend itself with. And that's the basic instructions. In a second, as soon as I take them out of the bag, we will have a look at the sprues, and then of course I will give you close-up shots. Okay, so just bear with me. Okay, so we're back again. So first up, we'll have a look at important bit. And if you can see that, that's the tyre. I will give you a close-up of it anyway. So you've got 6 of these. There is a fair bit of flash right around the middle of them, and it does have 4 connection points in the middle. So they will take a little bit of cleanup, but I doubt whether much you will find any kind of replacements that you can use apart from these for this vehicle. So that's the tyres. They'll need a little bit of work. Alright, so let's have a look at first sprue is. That's the right hand side of the vehicle. Has some very basic weld lines on it. Whether they're accurate to the actual vehicle, I've read somewhere other people think it's not accurate. It's too shallow, too small. Without actually seeing the actual vehicle in the Army Museum, I couldn't comment on that. This, although, will be quite an impressive vehicle once it's all together. Insides, nothing, no detail. Couple of mold pips and things like this, but quite well made. I like the way they've done that. Okay, second sprue is left side of vehicle, engine. Okay, so you got your basic chassis here, seat, wheels, gearbox, hatches, and basic floor pan. Right, not a great deal of flash on this. The connections are a bit heavy in places to the actual parts, especially the smaller parts. So some care, but apart from that, one or two bits and pieces that will need to be sanded down, but looking pretty good as it is. So not bad at all. Definitely no major flash on that. So, and the detail looks fairly sharp. As I said, I can't comment on the welds. Some people seem to think they should be bigger. Perhaps someone in Poland could, someone who's seen the actual vehicle could let us know. Okay, so what else we got? What else we got? Very long one. Alright, so here you've got steering wheel. There's your machine gun. They look like the machine guns magazines. Okay, so bits and pieces. These are your hooks and things for the front of the vehicle. Very delicate, very, very delicate, and nicely molded. Not much flash, but getting these off the sprue will take some care. And last but not least, we have got this one. Front of the vehicle, back, front, sides, suspension, framework inside. That's it. So obviously it's been made almost like the real vehicle. They've mounted a frame to the chassis, and then they welded the plating on the outside, and that's about it. So no flash, no major dramas on this. Fairly simple construction, although I think with a little work you could probably put an interior in this. Okay, from your spares box or something like that. So let's put that away, and I think that brings us to the end of this one. So there you have it. 1/35 scale, Polish armoured car. Quite a unique subject. Having a thought about using that in a diorama. Just have to find some resistance fighters to go with it. We'll see how we go with it. But that brings us to the end of this one. Thanks for listening. I hope you got something out of it. Definitely, if you can pick one of these up, it's not going to cost you much, and it's worthwhile for a unique subject to add to your collection. Alright guys, that's it. See you next time.